It's Harlem, baby, Fergie, baby. You now tuned in to Diamond Cut. Don't fuck around, shitting me.
Fergie baby, what's good, bro?
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
You know that shit.
Everything good, yo. I've been running into you for the past year, like mad, like at least
Word.
5-6 times.
Hell yeah, you outside for real.
You outside, bro. Every time I see you, I'm like, yo, we gotta get the interview.
Yeah, I fuck with you all, so
we did it.
The perfect time to do it. Yeah.
So you yesterday in the studio.
Yep.
That was HD been dope.
My blood. Shout out to the Lab family.
His album listening party. That's a dope tape.
Yeah, he been working on that for a little minute, and it's like this is just a blessing to see it come to life.
And what's your relationship with him?
It's crazy because like we linked off the gram, just respecting each other, pen and craft, and we've been showing each other love since. And then my show came and he opened up for me off the love, and it's crazy because he had a show that week and he pushed it back for me, like, and that was my first time meeting him at my show, so it felt like I knew him for mad long, like,
nice.
You know what I'm saying? It's just been genuine love thus far, like, and that's my brother to support him and all that. So
okay, cool. Y'all got any unreleased music or some stuff y'all working on?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Alright, so let's take it back a little bit. So you from Harlem, rapping heavy in your music.
You know that shit.
So like, discuss growing up in Harlem, like your upbringing. You know how it was for you, family dynamic. Like, where you from?
Yeah, I'm from Harlem. Well, I'm originally from Douglas Projects in 100th Street, Amsterdam. Then I moved to Harlem when I was 6 years old, from 133rd to 8th to 4th between Lenox and 7th, then 145th in Esplanade Gardens. So you feel me? I've been all over. Harlem shit, home of the hustlers. Fly shit, confidence on high. You feel what I'm saying? People may confuse it with arrogance, but we just believe in what we do. Growing up to Dipset, 50. Shit like that, like, you know what I'm saying? I've been outside since I was like 13, 14 doing my own parties in Harlem, so I already created a name for that, so.
Nah, let's talk, I ain't gonna lie, let's talk about those parties. I remember those parties back in the day, Esplanade, when you could throw the... Yeah. What? I remember, bro, there's a skating, was it skating gang at the time? I'm from Harlem.
Nigga doing some narwhal shit.
This Harlem history shit.
That's a fact.
We could do community center parties. You can't even do
those.
If you know,
you know.
But yeah, I went to one of y'all shits in Esplanade before.
Yeah, that was mine.
That was yours?
That was mine personally, but I mean, I was still with Skeeter Game, but the Esplanade was actually my shit, like my birthday shit.
Okay.
But yeah, man, like we used to do that heavy. Like we had Harlem for our generation on lock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you talk about like bumping 50, Dipset, like, is that how you got into rapping or wanting to be a rapper?
Nah, I was just musically inclined from the people I was around and my parents and shit. But what got me to be a rapper was my friends around me was taking it more seriously than me. So when your man's is rapping, you probably do it for fun, you probably do it as a hobby, and then eventually they find out that this is a gift and you should really do it. And they pushed me to do it, and now it's my passion.
Who were some of those people you were around that were rapping?
It was my Skeeter Gang niggas. It keep all the way stacked. Like Manny Lit, Groove God Ty, Cool Money. Cool Money was a Skeeter Gang at the time, but he used to be the older brother that used to be around us and shit. But they used to do it that ass. Like, I was always the one like rap like once here and there, once in the blue moon, and they'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Continue. I'm like, that's not me. Like, for me, I was in school. I was playing ball at the time, high school ball, AAU. I didn't really give a fuck about rap.
So when you started taking rap serious? What would you say?
Post college, when I started just working and nothing going right now, I'm just working a 9 to 5 and shit. Like, I just wanted to try something new for me. And I feel like now I got a purpose in life. Now I feel like I wake up in the morning to do shit. That's that music I want to take to the next level. So, for me.
And you say you were musically inclined, so you already said 50, Dipset. Who else were you bumping? Like, who were your favorite rappers?
Busta, Missy, Luda. And then if you can hear my music now, it's starting to influence from them, like, you know what I'm saying, Method Man, you feel me, like the real Jay-Z, of course, like Wu-Tang, like them, like I fuck with them all, like Kendrick Lamar's actually my favorite rapper, so I like the reason why I pick these type of artists because you could tell like they know how to fluctuate and go into different characters when they rap, and I find that very fire sometimes, like when they could give you one thing, they could give you another spectrum of being an artist, you know what I'm saying, so. Now I look up to them, but before I just like their music. I like their flow and delivery and shit.
And you talked about getting into rapping post college. You went to Penn State, and you got your degree in criminal justice, right?
That's a fact.
And then you got into rapping. You ever feel like rapping, like being a criminal justice major and rapping, do you ever feel like that's a conflict?
It's actually nah, because actually like a plus on my side is like a pro on my side. Because I know both sides of the spectrum now. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these kids, they rap, but they don't know the law side of things, and it shows, and then you kind of get fucked up into the system and shit like that. Like, so I can share knowledge, not only share knowledge, but know what's the rights and what's the laws of going into the shit and move correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's really it.
We see that heavy now. A lot of rappers getting indicted off their lyrics, shit like that.
Wow. Freedom of speech, though.
Right. Does freedom of speech exist in rap? You think?
Yeah, man. If we talk, we rap. Like freedom of speech, it just off rip is us talking and expressing ourselves. So why we can't do that in our music?
Right. Absolutely right. So you dropped your last project. I was just talking to your engineer about it, just because it's my glow day.
That's the goal.
You feel me? That was back in July, like, and that was a tough project. What was your favorite song off that tape?
I would say either Twerk on Some or Suburban.
Twerk on Some or Suburbans. Okay, cool. I was listening to it. I might have to go with Hood Celebrities.
Oh, that's diff. A couple of people came to me like that, like Hood Celebrities, they favorite.
Yeah,
that's fire though, because I like how people come to me with their different vibes in a 7-track project.
Right.
That's fine.
And out of all the projects you have out, what would you say is your favorite one? Do you have a favorite yet?
I would say I done Volume 2 because that's one of the projects when me and Kane just locked in, like in the trenches doing that shit, like, and we spent months doing that. Like, just because it's my glow, they took a week for us to do it. Like, we just wanted to do that just off the love. We ain't drop music in a minute, and it was my birthday, so it was like a little gift before the concert as well. So, but All You Done Volume 2 right now is like probably the top 5 because we really worked hard on that.
Right. Do you prefer a longer recording process or like recording your tapes within a week, like shorter?
Nah, a longer recording process so we can sit down and understand what we're doing and come up with different vibes. And you feel me? It takes time to make a masterpiece at the same time too. I mean, I feel like just because My Glow Day is a great project, but I feel like the more time you have, sometimes it's like you know what you're doing going forward. Like,
and how do you like deal with that in today's day and age of music, with like new music always coming out? Do you ever feel like sometimes you like way too long?
It's timing. I mean, I wouldn't say like it's timing, and it depends because you working on your tape for a little minute, it might benefit you because now you worked on that so long, and when it finally drop, it's so much better of a tape that is inevitable for people to listen to. But you don't want to wait too long because these audience got short attention span, and there's so many new artists and so much new music coming out. Like niggas is on to the next one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's time, and you want to create content in between while you're working on your project as well too. So it's all a strategy at the same time, bro. Like, yeah, that's my answer for that.
Speaking on time and creating strategy, when are you and Dusty dropping?
We shooting a video actually in a week and a half.
Okay.
So we should be dropping November, December, definitely before the year over.
All right, cool. Shout out to Dusty. We interviewed Dusty.
Yeah.
Actually, right here on this couch.
Huh?
We actually interviewed Dusty right here on this couch.
Yeah, that's my man. That's why.
How's it working with Dusty?
A lot of people don't know that. That's my nigga. Like, he mad cool. Like on camera, he look like he just don't like to talk nobody.
Right.
He just in his own circle, his own bubble. But that dude's mad humbling. He's cool. He take care of his family, and he's real genuine, very genuine, and he love what he do.
Right.
This nigga work every day. Other than Cajun, I probably feel like and my man Bully, he probably the most hardest worker I've seen personally. I'm with Dusty almost every day, so I admire that from him. And you want to know.
Shout out to Dusty, man. Shout out to Dusty. So we spoke about it a little earlier, how HD came out for you and your show, opened up for you and all that. Let's talk about the SOB show.
Yes, sir.
So last year I went to one of your shows,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when you was throwing out the hoodies. I actually got one of them hoodies. The
that Nico Brim shit.
Yeah, facts. So that wasn't your show, but you was there.
Yeah, I was opening.
Yeah, you was opening.
Yeah.
So to see you go from opening to having your own show and having somebody opening for you and bringing the city out, like, just describe that show at SOB.
That show was planned 2 years ago from 2020, and it was supposed to be happening during the pandemic, but obviously shit got closed.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually took a setback, and we reflect and really plan this concert. And my goal was to get the new New York City outside. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people with bigger platforms or that could do it, they do it not for genuine reasons. They do it just because for their own clout, for money reasons. And like, for a person I am, like, still on the up and coming, I want to show people like we can do this shit together. And like, look, we much stronger together. You know what I'm saying? The talent is there, the new York talent. Shout out to the drill movement, but the hip hop is here. Like the real music, the real rap, the real R&B is here. You know what I'm saying? So that was just not to shine light on me, but to shine light on the other people, on the other artists, as whether they lit or they, diamond in the roughs type of artists. Like, so it was. I had to do. I feel like that was one of my purposes to put together was Fergie Baby and Friends, just for everybody to have a night for their highlight for themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully I could do that again down the line, but that's one accolade I can check off my checklist.
Right, and you talk about the New York. So, I discussed with Dusty, OP, and Raw here about the New York and the sound and everything. So, do you feel like New York has, like, I feel like this. I feel like New York has a sound. Do you feel like New York has a sound?
Yeah, right now, respectfully, it is a drill sound right now. That's what the world look at us right now, but we more than that. Not trying to push away the drill sound because that's one of the peaks of the sound right now. But, like, there's a other side to where we still got hip hop too.
Right.
And I don't want nobody to forget that in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can create all avenues, but that's why I always come at sometimes these blogs, because y'all gotta wake up and realize that there's more to this drill, and we are versatile in all spectrums of music. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. Speak about it. You like, you're versatile. You dive in both. You got the drill sound, then you got real hip hop songs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy making like one over the other?
Nah, I definitely enjoy.
Well, not to say real hip hop, because drill is real hip hop.
Right? Yeah.
You know
just
what I mean?
another form of it. Yeah, but nah, I want to be as versatile and more like as more hip hop as possible. Like me and Cajun, we'll sit down and really try to switch up whatever, but it make it sound like us at the same time too. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not really a drill artist. I'm more of a feature drill artist. Like if it's a drill artist that want me on their song, I'll go crazy on it. But me per se, no.
And you're on the new drill song that just dropped yesterday, right?
Yeah,
I saw you post on your gram.
Yeah, shout out to my man Uchi Wiley, UC Joe, man. Show me what you got out now. That shit fake going viral right now on the gram. But yeah, like for me, I try to stay away from that sound. But if the artist is there and the song is just inevitably fired, then I'm on that shit. Let's have fun and make music. Like.
Do you feel like New York City, New York fans, the radio, do you feel like they show love to the other side of what's going on in New York?
They can, but before I'm saying,
you feel like
they
just
going with the trend, and shout out to them. But I feel like sometimes they overlook, the ones that's also bringing that sound alive, which is the hip hop, the real vibe, the real rap, the real R&B. But I feel like it's a shift on its way though. Right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like niggas are starting to wake up. And by 2023 is about to be out.
Right. And in the whole spectrum of the New York, do you feel like Harlem artists get their respect? Because like you mostly hear about Brooklyn, Bronx, and then Queens or Harlem. Just
I mean,
artists.
Harlem always gonna get our respect. Ain't like you can't push us out the shit. Even if we 50 blocks or not, we always been respected in hip hop since we started, bro. Like it's always been Bronx and Harlem, Brooklyn doing their shit. But nah, I don't feel like that. And coming from Harlem, I actually feel more special than everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's only a few of us, so I feel like I'm one of them to put them on to put Harlem on my back. So it is a task, but I'm ready to take this shit. Like I'm Harlem baby for a reason.
So the New York, do you feel like you're the best Harlem rapper?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Shout out my man Nick Bucks and Vino World. But I got it
right. Who would you say some other? You said Vino World, said
Bucks.
Neek. Shout out Neek. We interviewed Neek. Who else is in that realm of some Harlem rappers?
She a singer. Nick Bucks.
You say Vina though. She from home.
Vina Love.
Interview Vina.
Deli 27, Deli Haas Herb. Those are all my niggas. D Cash, Relly. I'm trying to think. Ray Moolah. SNS. Rich Rama.
Shout out Rich.
Rich. Yeah, for me. Harlem is crazy right now. It's just, for me. But we always been that. We always stay in our lane. We know who we are at the same time too.
Facts. All right, so I wanna ask about this too. I saw in another interview you got some unreleased with Dizzy Banko, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw you with him too in the studio yesterday.
Yes.
So and I see you guys a lot.
Yeah, that's my man. You a scrub, man.
So how's y'all relationship? Like how'd you meet?
Like
Dizzy?
that, he a scrub. Like but that's my man. Like he the top producer in the town alongside my man Cajun. I feel, but Diz always showed love since day one. Like I remember when I did my first event, Are You Done Volume 1 event, and he came. I never met him. I never spoke to him. And London Hill brought Diz.
Mm-hmm. Shout out London Hill.
Yeah, shout out London Hill. And ever since then, you know, we've been locked in heavy. Like, that's really my bro. Like, I speak to him often. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was with him yesterday, with him 2 days ago. Like, that's really my bro. So, yeah, it's like that. It's more than music with this. You feel what I'm saying? I respect his pen. I respect his art. But as a bro standpoint, that's my guy. Like,
and I feel like Diz is helping like connect the city.
Yeah, he's one of them.
New York.
He's one of them that's really bringing that real sound back as well too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Diz and the whole Violation. Y'all really doing shit out here. You feel me? So want to give y'all flowers while y'all still here.
And I want to ask you, who's a dream collab for you?
Dream?
Like somebody, any rapper, R&B artist, pop, whoever that you could do a song with.
There's mad people. I ain't gonna lie. I could
You give us a top 5?
Kendrick, Schoolboy. I want to do some shit with Jack Harlow. I'm not even gonna lie.
Jack Harlow.
I want to do some. I need to do something with the females though. I'm just gonna say the females, like Lotto, Cardi. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's I could go on.
I'm glad you said the females too, because this brought another question back to my mind. I see you collabing with a lot of the new like upcoming artists in the city, like Connie Diamonds, Billy B. Got songs with all of them. Like, do you feel it's important to work more with the women artists?
Yes, they run in the city right now. You know what I'm saying? And they good at what they do. Like, they really outside represent. And it's like, why not work with the females? Like, at the end of the day, my fan base is females too, so I want to cater and dedicate them to that too. Let's have fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I love the female because they gonna try to outdog you or out-rap you. They gonna try to push the pen with you.
Right.
A lot of these niggas, respectfully, I'll burn them. But with a female, it's fun, it's entertaining, but they really, if my verse is fire, they gonna match that energy. Right. That's what I'm saying.
They kind of feel like they have to.
Yeah, like, and I fuck with it because it's like, I'm not about to play with them. And you see the results, they run in New York right now. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to all the girls, there's a lot of y'all right now.
And you talk about your producer, engineer. You talked about KJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
You talked about him a lot.
Top 3 producers in the town.
He's actually here in the room right now. I don't know if he wants to jump in the interview. I don't know if he wants to jump in the interview. Pull up, bro. But yeah, I want you to speak about it because like, how important is it like having move down some. How important is it, having a good connection with your producer and you also engineer for him? Like, that's super important because he's like really like having like a say over that music.
I think it's important because like when I used to come up with music, like a lot of people in the game used to be like, yo, it's the best way in this music is to find your own producer, own engineer, and he was gonna come up as me. And to be frankly honest, I don't like a lot of these engineers and producers out here, and I think God sent me to this nigga because I was interning him. And to find somebody who's so compatible with my sound and know exactly what I want and need, and our ears is connected, it was just a blessing. So like that shit was
how did y'all meet? Y'all met here in the studio?
Yeah, right here.
We met dead in this room.
Dead in this room. Like
this room legendary, yo.
This shit is crazy, bro. Like I used to intern, this used to be Blast Off. So a lot of Atlantic, what else clients they had here?
Yeah, mostly Atlantic shit.
Mostly the Atlantic. So yeah, it was like, coming, I used to intern, and then, pandemic happened, and whatever the case may be, me and Kay just got locked in even more because we used to live together.
Okay.
And shit. So we used to make just music in the room, just literally. And then after a while, this shit opened up and Empire bought it.
Okay.
So he brought me along, and like that's the history of it, like really in a nutshell. But ever since that first meeting as an internship, that's been my brother for real. Like he does literally fucking 75% of my music. 80%.
And let the people know like a little bit about yourself, what you do. He gave you that top 3 producer tag, cosign, so you gotta let them know what you do.
Yeah, man, producer, engineer, artist, all that shit. Like you said, man, we locked in for a minute now. Like the minute we started working together, like the same thing he said, like best way for artists to start to grow is like find a producer you can lock in with. Like everybody's telling me as a producer, like, yo, you gotta find one artist to build with for shit. So that shit, he was the first one I really had some time to like sit down and grow with and build with. So that shit been, shit history ever since we went.
Outside of Ferg, who else? Some other names you work with?
Shit, mad people. I don't know.
Who would you say your top 3 to 5 favorite people you work with outside of Ferg?
Oh shit, 3 to 5. Oh, Ferg, Dusty, and shit. I ain't gonna lie. The last year and a half has just been them two. I ain't gonna lie. That's really it right now. Yeah, facts.
All right, cool. Before we end the interview, I want to talk about your merch a little bit. Cause like I told you, I got a hoodie.
Fire, I appreciate you.
Purple shit with the baby. I should have wore it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, talk about your merch a little bit, man.
Nah, yeah, for me, you know, just being creative. I just wanted to brand off my shit. So it was one time. Shout out to my man Ori. He does all my graphic designing.
Shout out to Ori.
Hell yeah, foreplay. We just came together. It was like, yo, we gotta up Harlem baby as a brand. So he was like, yo, let's do some shirts first. That was the first shit. The shirt sold out in 2 days. It was 130 shirts sold out in 2 days. And then we was like, I bet, like, we gotta up it from hoodies and for I'm saying and bags and shit. So we starting to expand now. And I just wanna give something to people for them to have, like, other than my music. You know what I'm saying? It's more than music sometimes. People wanna feel connected. People wanna feel related. And that early merch, when I get lit, that's gonna be like a vintage type of exclusive limited t-shirt that they always had. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna always have something for them to hold on to and, you know, cherish. So it's, yeah, like, and I love fashion too. Like I always said, when I branch off to that, when I have that platform of music and I really could do what I want to do, I want to branch off to fashion. I want to make my own line. I want to, you know, collab with different fashion artists and shit like that. So that's a fact. So yeah, it all comes into play. This is the brand of Harlem Baby, Fergie Baby. So one of the aspects is merch.
Right.
I mean, whether I like it or not, the label's gonna push it. Why not? We just do it ourselves first.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And speaking about labels, like any labels that you know interested right now, or do you even want to sign to a label?
Nah, I mean right now I'm independent. I definitely want to sign to the label only if they talking right, obviously in the contracts and let me have creative freedom. But yeah, because you know label is like the machine to put your shit out there. Everything else I got, like I feel like I got my team, which is essential for me. Shout out to my PR Jazzy. She been with me since day one as well.
Shout out Jazzy, she behind the camera
right
right now.
One of literally the top PR hall right now, top 5 in New York. That's my whole team is top 5 everything, so don't ask me about that. But Ori, graphic designer, Cajun engineer, producer, my whole groove guards. Shout out Cool Money, Young Quando.
Cool.
You feel me? Who else I'm missing? My managers, Joe God, Fame Combs, for me, Joey. My whole team is crazy. Y'all gonna see what my team consists of with this next project I'm about to drop next year.
And before we get off, you said next year.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any like date in mind?
Q2.
Q2? Okay.
Q2.
So Q2, you expect new music from Fergie Baby. Got his engineer, producer, Cajun Waters, right?
Cajun, yeah.
Cajun, my fault, Cajun Waters. And then Tee Becoate, Diamond Cut Media.
Yeah,